Coronation Street troublemaker Gary Windus has got away with his crimes for far too long, but before she dies, he could coerce Laura Neelan into admitting she killed her ex-husband, Rick Neelan. Gary, played by Mikey North, was the Coronation Street character who killed Rick, Greg Wood, back in 2019 as their rivalry came to a deadly end. Ever since, Kelly Neelan, Millie Gibson, has been searching for answers over what happened to her father, and in upcoming scenes on the ITV soap, Laura, Allen, will begin to become inquisitive about the loan shark's disappearance. However, needing to secure his own freedom and knowing Laura is dying of stomach cancer, Gary would turn the tables in one of the cruelest twists to ever unfold on the cobbles. After moving in with the Windus and her daughter in scenes airing later this week, Laura begins to talk to Gary about Rick. Knowing her daughter will be an orphan, she wants Rick to cough up the money he owes in child support so Kelly can have it all. By the time next week's installments start broadcasting, the ailing character has made contact with a private investigator. But with her pain getting worse, she is finding it harder to do everyday tasks, and she seeks some advice from Gary. Although he feels guilty for what he is putting her through, he tells her to cancel her meeting with the private investigator and see a doctor instead. Laura knows it is in her best interest to seek medical help, and so it seems Gary might have managed to keep his secret harbored. However, as he contemplates how he is going to keep it from becoming public knowledge in the future, he could come up with a plan. Playing on Laura's illness, he could begin spending more time with her, talking to her about her life with Rick. Gary could make his house guest think back to the bad times she and Rick had, which ultimately led to them splitting up. With this anger inside her and with the heavy dose of medication she is on to ease her pain, Gary could begin to construe an idea in her mind. He could make Laura believe she was the one who killed Rick and got rid of his body, as she had finally had enough of the way he was treating her. Gary would explain although Laura didn't mean to do it, she knew it was the right thing to do, and in order to hide her guilt, she pretended she didn't know a thing. As it had gone on for so long, she started to believe the story she had told herself and forgot she was a murderer. Not realizing she is being coerced, Laura could confess she did it to Gary, not realizing he had pressed record on his phone the minute he stopped talking. With an admission on tape, he could go to the authorities and hand it over to them, explaining the woman only has weeks left to live. With medical professionals confirming the prognosis, the police could close the case but still put Laura down as Rick's killer. This way, Gary would get away with murder and manage to ensure Kelly finds some closure over what happened to her father. Whether or not she could forgive her mother for what she didn't actually do would be another story completely. The actress who plays Laura, Kel, has spoken out about her character's latest storyline and her quest to know what happened to Rick. Kel explained, she wants to find out what's gone on. And all I can say is there's gonna be absolute fireworks. I've read some of the scenes, and it is mental. The ups and downs, and what's gonna come to fruition is epic. This is the reason I wanted to come back, the actress said. So, most definitely it's going to be sitting on the edge of your seat moment. That's all I'm gonna say. It's an absolute belter. Asked if she always knew she was going to come back, the soap star said, "Yeah, we always knew. They were always keen to keep bringing me in. And so it was never closing the door fully on Laura, I knew something was coming. And when they pitched this storyline to me, I was like, oh, my days, this is just too good to turn down, I can't not. Oh, it's a good one, it's a corker," Kel teased. So could this be her character will be tricked into confessing she killed Rick? Taking to Twitter, viewers have been sharing their thoughts on the latest twist to the storyline, with Ryan writing, "Gary's going to start feeling the pressure when Laura starts talking about Rick again, Corey." Owen posted, "Laura sorry for abandoning Kelly, is Gary going to pipe up and say he is sorry for killing Rick? No, thought not, Corey." Doreen added, "Laura is dying, is Gary going to be nice and show her where the family burial plot is in the woods? Corey."